In this video, I will be discussing layer instancing as well as discussing smart materials. So what is layer instancing? So if we have a look at the body shader on this lovely spider bot from Adobe, you can see all the layers and folders that have been created to create the material. But you'll notice on some of these folders and layers, there are these little white square icons on the side. If I go to the legs, you'll see that it has the same icon, but it's not colored in white. So what does this mean? Well, here in the legs option, these layers here are instances of folders or layers in the body shader. But what does that mean? What's the simplistic version of that? Essentially, layer instancing allows you to share content from say one or several layers or even folders across multiple texture sets. That means that different textures can now share basically like a stack of layer information. So it saves you a lot of time not having to replicate or reproduce work. So let's use the color here as an example. So let me go back to legs and I'll just delete this for now. So let's just say that I'm finished with this color here, color one. I'm like, okay, I really like this orange. It's looking really nice. I've got everything kind of the way that I want. But now I need to do the same on this part of the model. So rather than me replicating that work over in the legs section, what I can do is I can instance it. So essentially make a duplicate over to another shader. So I can do that by pressing the right mouse button, going to instantiate across texture set, and I can choose a shader that I want to copy this over to. So if I press OK, you can see now that it has provided an instance here in the legs shader. Now I can't make any changes here in the legs version because it's getting all the information about this color from the source, which is the body shader. So I can, for instance, add in say like a new fill layer, for instance. So let me just do a quick example. So I'm going to add a fill layer and I'm going to add it to that color one folder. If I can get it across. So let me just add it here. So you see now that it's changing not just for the body, but for the legs as well, because this is instantiated. So I can go in here, for instance, like say if I just change this color here to like say a red or a blue, for instance, because this is the original source, any changes that I make here will instantiate over to this version here to the legs. So again, this is a really great way of saving a lot of time and resources for when you're doing sort of similar textures or you want the same kind of texture quality or style across multiple shaders. Now, the next thing I want to go over is smart materials. So you have normal materials here, and then you have smart materials. So let me just add a normal material here. So let's just go for say this fabric tarp here. So you can see that when I add this material, it's just the one layer, and I can go down here and make some adjustments where needed. And then I can be like, okay, that's fine, that's done. However, a smart material is a little bit different. Essentially, it's a folder that has a collection of materials, any sort of effects that have been added that allows you to kind of make sort of various different adjustments to them. So, for example, this dirt layer, this dirt smart material here, if I just click and drag it onto the model, you can see that it's actually a folder. And if I go inside it, there is a material here. It has like some effects, like a grainy finish and a gradient. It also has like a mask editor added to it as well to kind of add this sort of extra sort of detail as well. So one things that I can do is I can actually create smart materials myself. So let's have a look at, say, this orange metal here. So maybe I've been working on this. I've got like various different sort of materials, fill layers, etc., and all these sort of different effects added. And I'm like, you know what? I like this look. I want to be able to reuse it in the future on different materials or different models. So what I can do is if I press the right mouse button, I can actually go here near the bottom and create a smart material. If I do that, it'll add it to my shelf. So you can see here that I have the orange uh, metal, and I can actually search for it as well. So if I just search, like, say, orange metal, you can see here now that this is now a smart material that I can go in and make adjustments to in the future. So that's a bit of an overview of both smart materials and layer instancing. So hopefully you can see the benefits of these and try to utilize these in your workflow.